Hello everybody, let's continue our tutorial to make design for our main menu. So here we will add a rectangle and choose some color here, something like brown I think. So let's move it to the left. Here we'll change the radius to 100 pixel and let's try to add some stock. So I will change the color, so maybe something like this. I think it's okay. Let's change it more one time. So here we have the opacity. We can change the opacity and change and see. And you can see the effect. So here we can choose a color. So just to take the right one. No, I don't select the right element. So here we have in blend options. So darken. Let's select the dark and change the position to the center, the blend mode to the darken, and I think we have to change the color of Stark. So here we change the color of a rectangle, so something brown, it's pretty. So here we will change one more time the Stark color, and I think this is good. So we have the sprite of our button. So here we'll add some text for play, settings, exit. So here we add a new text, select all and change the font size to 15, 16, 16 I think that's better. So let's add some effects. That's why, so here we have more advanced settings like change metrics, make the text bold, we can change trim it sharp. So let's add some effects to our text. That's why we'll add here some stroke. So let's change the size and choose a black color. That's pretty here. So maybe something like this and change the position to outside or center. I think outside it's better and that's okay. So now we'll add some drop shadow, and here we see we can change the opacity, making some distance from the real text, and we can see the difference, and some spread here. We have also the size. I think move it to 100 angle. That's right, we can move it to the top or to the bottom, and that's okay. Okay, now let's select the selection tools and move it to the center of our sprite. Here it's better, and we have just to save it like a PNG. Make some changes here and let's save it as a PNG image. So before that we will trim our image and make our component is the real image. Let's select the background layer and delete it in order to have a um, transparent PNG. So here we'll save our image like a PNG type and let's rename it to play buttons. and let's choose the smallest file size and save. That's cool. Here we have our play button sprite. So in order to make the other buttons, we can't add a new project. So we'll use the same project, duplicate the layer play, and let's rename it to settings. And here we just make collapsed play layer, and we need just to change the text to settings. And here we have our settings button. So our button is ready. Let's save it as a PNG, rename it to settings button, and change save as a type PNG. That's cool, and let's save it. That's okay. Okay, so here we are the same way. In the same way, we'll duplicate the layer in order to make the last button. It's the exit button layer. So here we duplicate the layer, and let's rename it to exit. Make settings layer to collapsed visibility, and let's select the text and change it to exit. Cool. We need just to save it as a PNG in order to import it all in our Unity editor. And here let's rename the button to exit buttons and change the type to a PNG file. So that's good. Let's save it. Okay. In the same way, we'll have some menu container. So we have here a rectangle. That's okay. Let's change the color to something like gray. Yeah, it's more beautiful this color, so it's okay. And let's add some radius here to 15. So let's add some effects. So let's select the stork, change the size to 21, have some colors here, brown maybe, no, yellow, okay, I think something like this, it's more better. Okay, that's okay. So here we'll add some shadow, change the opacity and make some distance, and change the size to 15. And okay, cool. So here we'll add something like a head panel in order to put it at the top and make the main menu title. It can be the game title, the game name. So here we trim our button. So we import all this in our Unity project. Last time we have met 3 buttons: play, settings, and exit. So here we'll import all our image. So let's create a new folder and let's name it Sprites. And in this Sprites we'll make main menu Sprites. That's great. So here let's select all our image and let's drag it and drop it in the main menu folder. And we have to add also our main menu container, drag and drop it in Unity and put it in main menu. That's cool. So here we can use our sprite and change the default sprite in our buttons. So here we just to make sure that the texture type is Sprite 2D and UI, and just change the quality to high quality compression. So let's apply it. Here we select, we need just to delete the text and select our play button and change the source image to main menu play buttons image. And here we go. That's cool. Here we have our new button UI. Let's make the same thing for the two other buttons. So here we can also select our sprite from select sprite, and here the exit sprite. That's good. And let's see the game scene. Let's run the game. And here we have our new three buttons. So here in button script we can change the highlighted color or the preset color in order to have some effects when we just move so here we can change our alpha to this and have some highlighted color. We change it just to see the effect when running the game. And here when we move you can see it. It's cool. So let's just change this to some yellow color and let's run the game. And here when moving the mouse we just see, here we press it, and that's cool. So we can copy this component value in order to duplicate it in the two other buttons, and let's pass it to as a value. So here we make sure that the target graphic is the current selected button. So here we select the settings button and exit button and change the target graphic, and let's see the effects on other. We have the same effect on all buttons. That's great. So here we'll add our main menu container. So let's add a new panel and let's rename it to main menu container panel. This container will contain the play and settings and exit, the three buttons. Cool. Let's move it to the top. So let's resize it something like this and make sure that this panel is in the center. Just the middle. That's great. And move it to the top, and here we have our three buttons in the first plan. So here we have just to drag and drop our image to source image, and here we have our panel container. So let's make the alpha to 1 and make some resize here in order to have. So here we have a white background. I forgot to delete it from layer in Photoshop. So we need just to regenerate our image and re-import it in Unity. So here we just make sure that the background was deleted. We select him, tech, and we delete it. That's great. That save the image as a PNG, and it's not here. Yes, choose a PNG type, save it, and re-import it to Unity. That's okay. Let's drag and drop it to Unity. Delete the old one. Delete. And here let's rename it to main menu container and make sure that the texture type is Sprite 2D and UI. Change the quality to high quality compression. Apply and just drag and drop it to source image. That's good. Let's run the game, and here we have our main menu. It's more beautiful than the first one. So let's add some text here in order to make a panel title. So we'll add a text mesh pro component, UI text mesh pro, and here we just drag and drop. Yep. Let's resize it. Double click on it in order to focus on, and here we just make sure that he is at the center, and let's change the text to main menu. Certainly you can name it. We can make the game title here. We can make a logo. So let's just translate the buttons something like this, and let's run the game. So here we have our main menu. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you at the next tutorial.